What if your home could make it easier to build the habits you want? Welcome to GA Atelier, the podcast where intentional interior design meets mindful living. I'm your host, Jihan Askar, and I'm here with you on this journey to transform our living spaces into sanctuaries that reflect our unique story, personality, style, and lifestyle, while elevating our everyday life at home. So step inside my design workshop and let's design your home together. So in my last episode, I talked about one way to experience our home or how we live in it is through rituals, whether, they're daily rituals or weekly or monthly, whatever it is, the practices that we like to do intentionally and we're really engaged during those moments. So today I wanted to explore something that is similar but still a little bit different, which is habits. It's, for me, another way to experience your space, your environment, but maybe in a less intentional and engaging way. It's more automatic. You don't think about a habit that much. That's why it's a habit. It's almost like you're on autopilot when you're doing that activity or that habit. And sometimes we don't think about how much our home or the space we're in influences our daily behaviors and habits. But it does, subtly and constantly, actually. Habits are deeply influenced by our environment. The way a space is designed, maybe the layout, the way things are arranged, the small details, they can either support the habits we want to build or make them harder to stick to. So I really love this book. You've probably heard about it, Atomic Habits by James Clear. And he talks about how the environment can help with the habits. Small environmental cues that can shape our behavior. So if something is easy and obvious, we're more likely to do it. But if it's hidden away, it's inconvenient to do, we're less likely to engage with that habit or stick to it. And it's true. I mean, you can test it. When something is inconvenient, difficult, or feels like it's just an extra step to do, we're far less likely to do it. And it's just hard to stick to it, especially if it's something you want to do daily or on a consistent basis. And, instead of just relying on your willpower, you can design your environment to help with that. When you're designing your space with that intention in mind, that I'm trying to cultivate that habit, you remove that friction that makes the habit hard to keep up with. And it becomes easier. It suddenly feels like you don't need to put in as much effort anymore. The habits just happen. They become almost second nature over time. So think about the habits you want to build, especially, I know we're not maybe in the new year energy anymore, the high energy, but it's still a new year. You might have plans to have different habits, some that you want to start or maybe even some that you want to stop. So for example, do you want to start your morning more mindfully instead of just reaching out for your phone? Do you want to maybe read more? Is there a place to do that? Is the lighting good? Do you want to cook more instead of, ordering food? And so think about your kitchen and how it's designed. Do you want to move your body more or exercise? Is there a space that makes it easy for you to do that? And even remind you. So little reminders in the environment. Do you maybe want to stay more organized? Is there a specific system or a designated place for everything that you use daily? So if you want to build a habit, you start by asking not just, of course, what the habit is, but does my space support this habit? does it actually make it feel easy and natural to do it? Or is my space almost like working against me? It's hard. You want to design that space to align with that intention, that habit that you want to start. Your home is always influencing your behavior, whether you notice it or not. It's an active part of your daily life. So it's already shaping your habits, the good ones and maybe the bad ones. The question is it shaping them in the right direction? Is that what you want to keep doing? So it's either reinforcing what you want more of, or it is making it more difficult. So you want your space to ideally invite the habits you want rather than working against them, and invite them effortlessly. You've heard me say that many times. I believe a well-designed home isn't just about aesthetics, because it's where you live, and it's about how you live in it every day, the way you want to live in it, the way you want to experience it. And with habits, it's about creating those spaces that will encourage the behaviors that you want to cultivate. So take a moment today, not just to think about a habit and maybe forcing it, again, like we mentioned in the last episode, forcing it into a routine, but making them easier. What habits do you want to build? And does your space make them easier to adopt or harder? And if you need some clarity on how to align your home or just the space in your home with the way you want to live, maybe a new lifestyle that you want to adopt, my Atelier Design Hour is a perfect way to get started, because you'll get personalized guidance and it will help you really look at the potential you have in your space and what you can do with it to design it in a way that supports you. The link is in the show notes if you'd like to book a session. And I hope this episode has given you a new perspective on how your home, your environment in general, can make life easier and make your habits more effortless. Thank you for joining my atelier, and I'll see you in the next episode.